great help. A round of applause. All right. The presence of Dr. Chukwuka Obodo, the founder of My Medicare. Another round of applause, please. Dr. Ibi Ofre, the CEO, GeoCare. A round of applause. The presence of Mr. Eric Ikegbono, the CEO of Flipper Technologies. A round of applause. So could you just wave together so that we could see you? A round of applause, please. All right, and Dr. Joy Afobukan, the Chief Operating Officer of Our Doc. A round of applause. All right, just like I stated earlier, we'll be having the overview, the objectives, and the expectations for this event coming up. But we'll be having the welcome remarks from our partner university, that's Harvard University, Professor Rifat, and that will be done virtually. So could we turn our attentions to the screen while we hear the remarks from Professor Rifat? Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. And from watching that lovely video, I'm rest assured that somebody here in this room, a few years from now, you'll be the one behind the screen advising a generation about innovation and technology. Do I have a big amen to that? Come on, you can make that louder. Do I have a big amen to that? All right, thank you very much. Now it's time for the judging criteria, the overview, objectives, and expectations for today's program. And it's my privilege to invite on stage the enigmatic, the trailblazer, the one who has a passionate niche for students, bringing out the entrepreneurship spirit in them and making them independent and making them change makers in society at large. With a massive round of applause, please make welcome Dr. Ajibade. You can do better than that. If you are in Busek, you can make that louder. Come on.
Thanks so much. Good job. Good morning, everyone. No, that's too cold. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much. First, I would like to sincerely appreciate you all. It wasn't easy yesterday seeing the number of hours some of you traveled to get here. We were still receiving guests up until around 1 a.m. this morning, and that's because of the passion that you all have. Can you jam your hands together for yourself again? All right, so thank you so much for coming to Babcock University. Can I see the hands of those that this is your very first time in Babcock University? Very first time. Wow. Okay, let me ask another question. If at all there will be any hands up, anyone that this was the first time you heard Babcock University? The first time you even saw it written anywhere? Is anyone up? I bet there should be no hand. Are you? Okay, you are not raising your hand. Okay, thank you for not raising your hand. Alright, so that means the majority of us have had Babcock University before, but this is your very first time coming into Babcock University. Babcock University is the first private university in Nigeria. Right? We pride ourselves in that. It's the first private university in Nigeria, and we have pioneered a lot of things and still doing. We're not yet there, right? But every day we're doing our best to improve and to bring out a better version of ourselves than we were previously. So we're so glad to have you here with us. The university management would also be here at some point. There are lots of programs going on campus at this time. Otherwise, the Vice Chancellor would have been here to speak before I would have the privilege to hold the microphone. But then I'm sure he will still come because he has promised me that he will still come here before the end of today. As a matter of fact, he wasn't around before. He came in late last night. And that's because he needed to be part of this program. Because you can't travel those hours and just come here and go back like that. So we are so grateful that you've taken your time to come for this program. Now, what's a hackathon? Is there anybody here that is your first time participating in a hackathon? Anyone? First time? Oh, fantastic. Wow, great. We are happy that your first experience in participating in a hackathon is here with us in Babcock University. And we're very sure that this will not be your last as well. By the way, this will be an annual program. From what Professor Rifat talked about, what edition is this year's edition? Did anybody get that? 7th edition, fantastic. So this is 7th edition, but guess what? This is the first time Nigeria is even participating as a country. So the first 6 editions, last year's edition, I think there are just, how many African countries? Very few. Right? And we felt like, how can something like of this magnitude be happening and the giant of Africa would not be involved? Right? So that's why we are in. We started working with them towards the end of last year, but just a few weeks ago, another hub in Nigeria was also approved to host this, so we have the Lagos hub, right? At the beginning of this program, there were some conflicting, some people registered for the Lagos hub and got our invitation and all that and all that. So we have 2 hubs representing Nigeria joining. So it's the largest health hackathon globally, and every year it's becoming larger. So we are very optimistic that by next year it will be a lot larger than what it is at the moment. But it's a good thing that you are part of the pioneer set in Nigeria. And for Lagos Hub, they will be doing theirs tomorrow and Saturday, right? But we are doing ours Thursday and Friday. The university management are magnanimous enough as well to provide you with accommodation. For some, the accommodation, will not be the best because the students are around. We don't have control over the timing because it's a global event. Okay, but we are also glad that some of our students are not on campus at the moment. That's why we have empty bed spaces in the hostel. Now, I must apologize for whatever inconvenient experience you have had since you returned. I've gotten feedback from some of our student volunteers about some negative experiences you had since you came to Babcock University yesterday. We're sorry about that, but then you may still have a few more before you leave. But then we're hoping that that will not be the impression of us that you will take out of Babcock University, because Babcock University is a great place. I'm sure you will get to know that before you leave. Okay, so what exactly are you here for? Why are you here in Babcock University around this time to participate in this program? So you know that an hackathon is an intensive event, right, where people come together to build solution. It's actually from 2 words, hack and marathon. Okay? And hack is not the negative hacking into something, but I'm positive because it's basically coming together to create, to build a solution. And marathon is something that is time-bound. So usually, hackathons are events where we come together, build a solution in a very strict time schedule. So we have, for this one, it's about 48 hours, because it's just 2 days, maximum of 2 days, right? It's starting today, and all the solutions that you'll be building must be at least ready for the competition tomorrow. And the idea is every hub, every country, every local hubs across the countries of the world would get their best to compete globally. But the criteria is that for one winner, okay, the participants must be nothing less than, I think, 230. So for Nigerian hub, this Ogun hub, we are looking at producing 3 winners that would go to competition. Now it is our expectation, and I hope and pray that that will be yours as well, that they will know who we are as a giant of Africa, right? So from this hub, we want the winner for this year's edition to actually be from Nigeria, from Ogun hub, part of those that are under the sound of my voice this morning. And that's why we kept, in fact, as a matter of fact, we closed application a couple of weeks back, but then when we got to know that for us to put 3 teams to be part of the global competition, we needed to open it again because we needed 230 applicants, hackers, for us to push 3 winners to be part of the global competition. So we opened it in order to get more people to come on board, and that's why we have you all on board now. So it's our expectation that the top 3 that will be emerging from this competition will also go to compete globally, and now their faces, I believe we are doing, for those of you that have been part of the pre-hackathon meetings we've had, we had 2 different meetings with all applicants. And then we have taken everybody through the stages, right? So after now, there's a 4 weeks boot camp where all those that will be competing globally now will be shortlisted and reduced again into another 4 weeks boot camp. Then the final edition is now, I think, is now where the winners at that level will be pitching to investors. So that's the overview, that's the timeline. The hackathon is for 2 days, right, 48 hours, and is in person, it's physical. Now from this physical, if the hub have less than 230 participants, then one winner will emerge to the global competition. But if we have more than 230, which we now have more than 230, then 3 winners will emerge. Okay, now those 3 winners will now move on to the next phases. But one of the things we have done in the hub is to reward the top 3 as well. So beyond you just having opportunity to going into the global competition, we have decided to reward the top 3 winners in our own local hub, right? And we got some sponsors. I would like, since this is being recorded, I'd like us to appreciate the sponsors that have decided to reward the top 3. Yes. So we got some sponsors that have said, hey, the top 3 winners from your hub, will give them some funds. Right, and the winner will get how much? I think you all know that now. How much will the winner get? $1 million. The second position will get how much? 750,000 naira, and the third position would get 500,000 naira. Right, and that's coming from some sponsors. By the way, other hubs are not doing this, right? Because the hackathon itself is just produce a winner or 3 winners to compete globally. No reward of any sort from local hubs. But then that's one of the differentiations for Ogun Hub. Okay? Now, but it is not just so our own aim, just like I said earlier, is not just for you to get the fund here. By the way, as well, the funds will not just be given to you 100%, right? You have to unlock, so percentage at the beginning, right? Then when you achieve some milestones, you unlock the other percentages and all that. That's how it's usually going to be disbursed. All right? So that's not the major aim for us. The major aim for us is that the team that would win eventually, globally, should be from Nigeria and should be from Ogun Hub. That's our own prayers. That's our expectation. And we hope that will be your own prayer as well. Right? Because that would give us a very good thing that, hey, the first year we onboarded a hub in Nigeria, the winner emerged from the hub. That's why Babcock University have invested into this. Right? And we need to appreciate Babcock University management when they come around, because I will not tell you the effort, the investment, the figure that has gone into this. Right? There are several things that have been paid for by Babcock University because they also felt, oh, this is a very good idea. Okay, and anything for us to bring in the cup, then give it out. And that's what we've done. All right. So today you'll be doing serious hacking. That's why the panelists are here and the advisors. And they are all experts. You've seen their profiles, right? Their aim is actually to help you modify the thoughts you have. So some of you already have some thoughts. There will be a conversation around the theme. What's the theme of this hackathon anyways? Building what? Building what? High value systems leveraging what? Artificial intelligence. So everything you'll be building, the solutions you'll be building has to center around that theme. Okay, and you have to build the solution here. You probably, for some of you, already have, something ongoing. For some of you are still very fresh. But the essence of the hackathon is you have to build. That's the actual hacking, and that's why these experts are here to help you. So that idea you have in your mind, you are going to build solutions here. You build applications, website, whatever form your solution is taking, you do that, and you don't have all the time. That's why it's an hackathon. You don't have, so you have between now and tonight and the early hours of tomorrow morning to get set. Now in your teams, after now, we'll go straight into the team formation. Okay, because the rule as well is that a team must have minimum of 3 and maximum of 5 members. And you can't compete as, as an individual. You have to compete as a team. And the team must have minimum of 3 members in the team. Okay, so but there are people here that do not have teams. It's very welcomed. You're going to breakout sessions. You have to get people that align with your vision and all that. So the team formation will be done here. And after the teams have been formed, you have to start discussing, your solution. And the panelists, the advisors that are here will go around all the teams. We also have some virtual advisors as well. Okay, go around in order to ensure that whatever idea God has dropped in your mind actually becomes a reality. Because the general objective as well of this is not just for you to be a mere exercise, just travel to Ogun State, go and know Babcock University, then go back home. No. It's for us to solve the Nigerian problems. And that's what these experts are already doing. So they will share their experiences with you and let you come into their space to educate you on how they are doing what they are doing. Because you need their experience in order for you to build your own solution. So that's the actual hacking. So after the team formation, then we go straight into the actual hacking, and it will take time. In fact, some of you may not get to sleep tonight. When you go back over the weekend, you can now catch up on all the hours, because you have to build those solutions here before tomorrow. Now tomorrow you'll be doing the pitch competition for our own hub, right? Whatever number of teams we have to pitch tomorrow here. Okay, we have some judges that will be coming around to assess you. We'll still go into details of the judging criteria, but then they are usually the typical judging criteria. Your problem statement, is it your solution, is it solving the problem, is the problem clear, and all that. We'll still go through all those rubrics, right, so that you know exactly what you need to come up with your slides and your presentation. So you're having a solution, you're also having your PowerPoint. So when each team would have a maximum of 2.5 minutes to pitch. 2.5 minutes. So it's going to be you don't have time to, in fact, that's another skill on its own, right? Because you can have a very good solution, but you are unable to present it well. And that will obviously affect your grade. Okay, so today, tonight, you want to get your slides, get your solution, rehearse. That's what you're doing throughout today to early hours of tomorrow. Then, at a specific time, which we will communicate to you, we'll ask everybody to submit your final pitch decks, the PowerPoint, because it will be projected for you centrally from the back. So all teams will submit, then you'll be recognized to make your presentations. 2.5 minutes for the pitch, then 2.5 minutes for the judges as well to ask you questions, then we move. We want to move very fast tomorrow. One of the things we are trying to do with the registration, because we saw several people came that did not register. By the way, if you are here and you did not register on Airtable, the official registration link, that's this link here, the registration link. If you are here and you did not register, you have to register on that link. Because that takes you to a central database for all applicants globally. So this is from Harvard, and once you register, it goes straight to the database in Harvard. And you can move to the next phases of this process if you are not recognized. Are we together? Because I understand from the Secretariat that there are people that were not in our own record that they needed to write your names when you got here this morning. So that must have meant that you probably, some people called me this morning as well and said their team members are coming around. So everybody must be registered and captured before you can participate. Because that's where they're even looking at the statistics. Remember I said we have to be not less than 230 for us to be able to push 3 winners to the global competition. All right? So, and the number of teams, so we're also looking at, because we have to finish this program by tomorrow evening, we're looking at 4 p.m., max 4:30, because people have to travel back. Okay, I want you to start thinking about your route back. I don't know, I should believe some of us have already started thinking about that, how to go back to your destination. So we don't want to keep you here for too long. So we may most likely modify the program that you already have in your hands. We may have to, especially the morning hours, because from the program designed, you are expected to, whatever pitch, whatever solution you build today, you still have tomorrow morning to finalize certain things. But that, we may not have that much time. That will be dependent on the number of teams anyways. So we're still trying to get the record to know how many teams we have. Because if you give you 2, that's 5 minutes per team. Right? So the more the team, the more we have to stay in. And we don't want anyone to travel at night because the roads are not that safe. So by the next few hours, we expect to know the exact number of teams that will be participating in this hackathon. Right? And we'll divide that. So we'll use that information to modify how the program for tomorrow will be. But if we have more teams than we anticipate, then where we'll cut some more time will be in the beginning of tomorrow, the time we are supposed to do final. So whatever advice you get from the advisors today, you may want to go take care of it and come and show them tomorrow and for them to verify, but we may not have that much time tomorrow. So I would advise you to maximize the time you would have with the advisors today. So get everything you want to get from them. Spend the night or so building. So by tomorrow, we ask everybody to submit your final versions of your PowerPoints. You can submit everything, and we go straight into the competition tomorrow. All right. So that's the overview of this hackathon. We hope and pray that it will be a lifetime experience for you, because solutions will be birthed from this kind of program. And ultimately, just like I said, we want to improve our health system here in Nigeria. And you all will agree with me that Nigeria's health system needs lots of improvement, isn't it? It needs lots of improvement. And guess what? Do you think the improvement will come from? Do you think it will come from heaven? It will come from you, and that's why we are here this morning. Right? So we are so glad that you've decided to be part of this exercise. By tomorrow, by God's grace, we will see the kind of solutions that has emanated from this program. Welcome once again to Babcock University. I hope and pray that you have a great time. Thank you very much.
Once again, a round of applause for Dr. Ajibade. Come on, clap for him. It's easy. Thank you. He's such a phenomenal man, such an inspiration. All right, we'll be having a special performance. And ladies and gentlemen, if you know how to groove, if you know how to float to the rhythm, we'll be having a dance performance. So could you make your hands busy and put your hands together as we welcome the dance performance for this special presentation. Please give one to the auditorium.